Welcome back to Decorah, everybody. Game 2 of the doubleheader coming up. Waverly Shellrock took game 1 by a 7-2 margin. Ellie Shelton getting the start here in game number 2 for Decorah. The lineup for the Go-Hawks: Andrea Groen in left, Allison Foster at first, Emily Brown, the catcher, Allie Arns at second, Callie Mathias at third, Sarah Demuth, the pitcher, Rachel Kurth in center field, Kayla Rushi at shortstop, Kelsey Young at the designated player position, and Maria Carrillo will play right field. First pitch swung on and fouled back by Groen, who was 2 for 4 with a double and a home run, scoring runs in both those games in game number 1. The pitch swung on and missed. It is 1 ball and no balls and 2 strikes to count on Andrea Groen. 0-2 the count. Ellie Shelton had a good outing against Waverly the last time. Here's a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. So Groen on an 0-2 pitch gets a single, and there's 1 on with nobody out here in the first inning. Shelton on the season, 3-5 with a 5.66 ERA. Opponents only hitting .207 against her. Here's a bunt, and it's taken high for 1 ball, no strikes as Groen bluffed going. Allison Foster is the batter. Foster was 0 for 4, did reach on an error once. The 0-1 delivery is outside for 2 balls, no strikes now on Allison Foster. There's some threatening skies out to the west. That's part of the reason they've hurried up and started game 2. Pitch swinging a foul back. It is 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Shelton, 47 innings, 51 hits, 38 earned runs. 40 walks and 14 strikeouts. That's not a ratio that you can be too pleased with right now as the pitch bunted foul. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Groen at first, nobody out. Top half of the first inning, no score between Decorah and Waverly Shellrock. Go-Hawks ended the Vikings' 5-game winning streak with a 7-2 victory in game number 1. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the pitch. Ground ball towards second. Hoyme is going to go to second, get the out there. Return throw from Jurlett to Cassie at first base. Not in time, so it's a fielder's choice, 4-6. And 1 down here in the first inning. And the batter will be Emily Brown, who was 1 for 4 in game number 1 of the doubleheader. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Maddie Eady left, Becca Elcock in center, and Chelsea Twayton right for Decorah. Jenna Iverson at third, Peyton Jurlett at short. Maria Hoyme at second, and Cassie Hoyme at first. The pitch, ground ball towards third. Iverson fields. She'll go to second and throw it into right field. Foster is going to make it to third and try to get all the way home. She will do so. The throw to the cutoff person is missed as well, so Brown will make it to third base. So an unearned run and a Decorah deficit here in the top half of the first inning. So an error on Iverson will allow the initial run to score, and a throwing error on Becca Alcock will allow Brown to move up to third base, and Brown will get a courtesy runner in the person of Josie Meyer. And the pitch swinging a foul back off the bat of Allie Arns. No balls, 1 strike. Arns in game 1 of the doubleheader was 1 for 4. Shelton ready, and the pitch. Riser swung on and missed. Is no balls, 2 strikes. Vikes committed 4 errors in game number 1 and commit 2 here to allow the first run to score. And the pitch, change up outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Allie Arns. Skies looking dark off to our west. Go Hawks leading 1-0. Here's a swing and a foul off the bat of Arns. So we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shelton ready. 1-2. Inside for 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Ellie Arns. Still only 1 out here in the inning. The Vikings are up as that one popped foul, third base side, or the Vikings trailing 1-0. Vikings had won 5 in a row, but the Go Hawks stay undefeated with the win in game number 1 of the doubleheader. Two-two, changeup outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A single to Groen, a fielder's choice for Foster, and a play with 2 errors allowed the first run to score. 2-2. Swinging a pop-up left side foul territory. Iverson angling over near the Decorah third base dugout, but it lands along the fence. So the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes on Allie Arns. 3-2. Ground ball towards third. Iverson picks it up. Going to throw to the plate, and Stahlberger tag applied. And Josie Miller, who was going on contact, retired 5-2 at the plate for the second out here in the inning. So a fielder's choice off the bat of Arns retires the second batter of the frame. And Callie Mathias will be the batter. Mathias in game number 1 was 1 for 4. She did reach on an error and score the 7th run of the game. As pitch outside from Ellie Shelton. 1 ball, no strike. Shelton. Her last real good outing was against Waverly. Here's ground ball foul, third base side. So it is 1 ball, 1 strike on Mathias. Temperature's starting to cool down a little bit. Starting to see some jackets, pullovers, sweatshirts pop out. At least a few of them out in the crowd. 1-1. Change up taken for a strike. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2. That one rolled in there for 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Shelton trying to get out of a jam that some below-average defense has helped cause here in the top of the first inning. 2-2, swinging a foul. So we'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes. One nothing Go Hawks here in game number 2. They won game number 1 by a 7-2 margin, snapping at a Decorah 5-game winning streak. Here's a blooper down the left field line, foul. So we'll do it again at 3-2 on Mathias. Shelton ready, and the 3-2. That one hit towards left field, past the lunging Druid and into left for a base hit. So the inning stays alive on the second hit of the inning. Mathias reaches on the single. Arns moves up to second. And Sarah DeMuth will try to help her own cause. DeMuth, the pitcher here in game number 2, takes the first pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. She was 0 for 2, reached on an error, and had a sacrifice in game number 1. Shelton ready, and the pitch high. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Sarah DeMuth. DeMuth was the winning pitcher in the first game down in Waverly between these 2 squads. The pitch swung out, popped up, left side. Jenna Iverson in foul ground will make the catch to retire the side. So 1 run on 2 hits. 3 Viking errors, or 2 Viking errors, and 1 runner left. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. It is Waverly Shell Rock 1 and Decorah coming to bat. And the Vikings will bat this way. Leading off at second base is Maria Hoime. Batting second at first base is Cassie Hoime. Hitting third in center field, Becca Elcock. Batting fourth at third base is Jenna Iverson. Hitting fifth in right field, Chelsea Twait. Hitting sixth, the catcher, Shelby Stahlberger. Batting seventh, the designated player, Tess Olinger. Hitting eighth in left field, Maddie Eady. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Peyton Jurlid. That lineup will face Sarah DeMuth, who defeated Decorah down in Waverly in the first game. DeMuth and Rodink have been the only pitchers that Stacy Skinner has used this season. DeMuth in 11 starts is 10-1, 74 innings, 38 hits, 12 earned runs, 22 walks, and 80 strikeouts. The ERA 114, and the opponent's batting average against is 125. Decorah struggled against Rodink in game number 1. Rodink ended up striking out 14. That's well above a total that Decorah has been used to as of late. Maria Hoime is 0 for 3, reached on an error once in game number 1. She'll lead off here in the bottom half of the first inning with the Go Hawks leading 1-0. Hoime looks at a strike, 0-1. DeMuth ready and the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Throwing in left, Kurt in center, and Carrillo in right for the Go Hawks. Matthias at third, Rushi at short. Arns at second, Foster at first, and Brown once again behind the plate. A tailing pitch to the outside portion of the plate, and Hoime swings and misses for the first out here in the first inning. One down, nobody on, and the batter is Cassie Hoime. Hoime 0 for 3, 3 Ks in game number 1. And the pitch taken low and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. One-0. Swinging a foul back, 1 ball, 1 strike. Decorah will have their own tournament coming up on Saturday. There'll be games here at the high school field. I believe they're going to use the Luther Diamond as well on Saturday. There'll be pool play in the morning, and then they'll match up the place winners later on in the day. Action beginning at 9 on Saturday morning. Swinging a foul back. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. One nothing Go Hawks here in the bottom of the first inning. They won game 1 by a 7-2 margin. And the 1-2 delivery, swinging a foul back once again. So we'll do it again at 1-2. One-two again. Riser taking high. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two. Swung on and missed at a changeup low and away. And DeMuth has struck out the first 2 she has faced. That is 16 strikeouts of Decorah batters. And just 8 turns at bat tonight as Becca Alcock will look at the first one for a strike, 0-1. Alcock is 1 for 2 with a walk in game number 1. 0-1. Swinging a pop-up left side, and that one is going to land out of play. Brown gave it a peek, but landed just beyond the fence on the third base side. The lower fence between the backstop and the third base Decorah dugout. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. Oh-2 coming from DeMuth. High and outside for 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 coming. Swung on, popped up left side of the infield. Ruschi right now behind the pitcher's circle will make the catch to retire the side. The Vikes go quietly in the first inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the second inning. It is the Go Hawks leading by a 1-0 margin. 1-0 Waverly Shellrock as we go to the second inning. Rachel Kurt in game number 1 was 2 for 4. Had 2 doubles, an RBI, and scored a run. She'll swing and foul the first one off against Ellie Shelton. No balls and 1 strike. Ellie gave up 2 hits and an unearned run in that first inning. Decorah plays better defense. It's a goose egg in that first inning. But 6 errors in 8 defensive innings tonight. That's something they've gotten better at as of late, but you can jump into those bad habits pretty quickly. Next pitch was high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch, a changeup low and in that's fouled away. So it is 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Decorah 1, or Waverly Shellrock 1 and Decorah 0. Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader here on a Thursday night in Waverly. The 1-2 delivery swung on a looper towards short, and a leaping grab is made by Peyton Jurlett at short. And there's 1 down here in inning number 2. Kurt pops to short, and the Go Hawks shortstop, Kayla Ruschi, will come to the plate. A 1-0 lead for the Go Hawks. Ruschi looks at the first one for a strike, 0-1. Ruschi was 1 for 4, reached on an error and scored a run in game number 1. The ball is 1 strike to count, and the pitch sails high for 1 ball, 1 strike on Kayla Ruschi. One. Swung on, smack towards right center field. It'll be a base hit. Ruschi with a 1-out single here in the second inning. And Kelsey Young will be the batter. Young was 0 for 2 with the sacrifice in game number 1. The first pitch bunted foul. It is no balls, 1 strike. So 3 hits in an inning and a third off of Ellie Shelton, the freshman right-hander for Decorah. Oh, 1 delivery. High and outside for 1 ball, 1 strike. Some noises from the sky. Don't know if it's enough to call it thunder yet. The 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, and it is 1-2 now. So Young has failed to get the bunt down on the first 2 strike attempts. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch sails high. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Andrea Groen will be in the on-deck circle. Actually is. She will bat next. The pitch goes high. 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Young. The pitch. Change up, taken on the outside edge for strike 3. So Shelton gets her first strikeout, and the batter will be Andrea Groen. Two down, runner at first, 1-0 Go Hawks here in the top of the second. Groen singled in the first inning. She grounds 1 towards third. Bobbled a bit there by Iverson. Sidearm toss over to first base is Wild. And moving up to third on the throw is Ruschi. Groen stays at first base. 3rd error of game number 2 for Decorah. So the Go Hawks have them at the corners with 2 down here in the inning. And Allison Foster reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the first. Will stand in. Looking at the first one high, 1 ball, no strikes. Decorah defense with 3 errors thus far tonight. They had 4 errors in game number 1, 1-0. Taken outside, runner goes, throw down to second base. Not in time. The return throw to the plate as a bluff go by Rushi. Draws the return throw, but she hustles back to the bag. It's 2 balls and no strikes, and now Foster will bat with 2 runners in scoring position. She has 13 RBIs on the season. 2-0 grounded right back to Shelton, and an easy toss over to Hoyme at first base will retire the side. So 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom half of inning number 2. Decorah trailing Waverly Showrock 2-0. 1-0 Waverly Showrock. Middle third of the order due for Decorah here in the second inning. Jenna Iverson, Chelsea Tweed, and Shelby Stahlberger. Iverson was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in game number 1. First pitch low from DeMuth, 1 ball, no strikes. Go Hawks scoring a run via an error in the first inning. And left 2 on in the second. Iverson chases one out of the zone. Swinging and missing, it's 1 ball and 1 strike count. One. Ground ball to the left side, picked up at short by Rushi. An easy toss over to first base, a little high, but it's gloved there by Foster. That's one of the first ground ball outs we've seen tonight. Iverson grounds out to short. In fact, in game number 1, there was only 2 ground ball outs. Another ground ball on the ground caused an error as Twait swings and fouls the first pitch off. No balls, 1 strike. Twait in game number 1 was 0 for 2, struck out twice. In game number 1, Cassie Rotting struck out 14. The 0-1 delivery, swinging a foul back. It is no balls, 2 strikes on Twait. Go Hawks looking for the sweep. They lead it 1-0. Trying to stay unbeaten in Northeast Iowa Conference play. The pitch goes high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They now have 20 wins on the season. And of those 20 wins, only 1 a 1-run win. That was against Decorah. Tweed smokes one towards center field. Retreating is the center fielder, Kurt. It's up against the fence, and Tweed will have a stand-up double. Chelsea with her 6th double of the season. One of the better swings a Decorah hitter has had all night. And Decorah will have a runner in scoring position with 1 down here in the second inning. And the batter will be Shelby Stahlberger. Like a few of her teammates, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in game number 1. And Shelby looks at a strike, 0-1. 1-0 Go Hawks here in the bottom of the second inning. But the tying run at second base for Decorah. 0-1 delivery is high and outside for 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch inside for 2 balls, 1 strike count on Stahlberger. DeMuth ready. The 2-1. Bunting is Stahlberger. Tried to push it up the right side and missed the ball. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Tess Olinger hoping for a turn on deck. She's had the best swings against the Go Hawks tonight, 2 for 3. 2-2 delivery to Shelby, swung on and missed. 3 strikeouts for DeMuth, 2 down here in the inning. And the batter will be Tess Olinger. She was 2 for 3, a double, a triple, and 2 runs scored in game number 1. And a wild pitch for DeMuth all the way back to the screen, and Twait moves her way to third. Swing and a foul at the plate. One ball, 1 strike to count. The pitch outside. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Olinger with the first run for Decorah. 90 feet down the line. Here's a blooper towards the left side. Rushi is after it. She will make a running catch behind the third base bag. And that'll be that for inning number 2. One hit and one runner left on base. We head to the third inning. It is a 1-0 lead for Waverly Shellrock. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Darren Swenson with you from the Decorah softball diamond tonight. Waverly Shellrock went to 11-0 in Northeast Iowa Conference play with the 7-2 victory in game number 1 tonight. Here in game number 2, they have a 1-0 lead. 2 Decorah errors on the same play scored the initial run of the game in the first inning. It was off the bat of this person, Emily Brown. Brown grounds foul, third base side. The ball's 1 strike. She had a ground ball towards third that Jenna Iverson tried to throw to second, but threw into right field. Allison Foster ended up scoring all the way from second base that time. And Brown made it all the way to third. No balls and 1 strike, and the next pitch inside from Ellie. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Vikes got a 1-out double from Twait in the second, but that's the only blemish. That one hammered towards left on a base hit, and it goes all the way into the corner. Brown will come to second base and stand with a double. Emily Brown with her 8th double of the season, and Josie Meyer will get her courtesy out at second base. Runner at second, nobody out. Allie Arns hit into a force play her first time, 0 for 1. Change up inside edge for a strike, 0-1. Jamie Rodenberg calling the balls and strikes in this one, and Jim Peterson working the base pass. Don't know if we've introduced our friends, the umpires. Here's a looper toward short, caught at short by Peyton Jurlett, 1 down in inning number 3. So 1 down and a runner at second, and Callie Mathias is the batter, single to left her first time up. 1 of 3 hits, or now 4 hits that the Go-Hawks have against Shelton as the first pitch goes high, 1 ball, no strikes. Ellie hasn't walked anybody. Coming in, she had 40 walks compared to 14 strikeouts. The 1-0 delivery, outside corner for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Those 40 walks occurred in 47 innings. That's not a ratio that you want, obviously. Here's a fly ball left field. Running in is Maddie Eady. She will make a 2-handed grab in shallow left for the second out here in the 3rd inning. So Mathias flies to left. 2 down and a runner at second, and Sarah DeMuth will be the batter. DeMuth fouled to third in the first, 0 for 1. 1-0 Go-Hawks here in the top of the 3rd inning. DeMuth trying to help her own cause. Looks at a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch inside for 1 ball, 1 strike count on DeMuth. Ellie ready. Kicks and deals in the 1-1. Sails high for 2 balls and 1 strike count. Ellie ready, 2-1. Rising high for 3 balls, 1 strike now with Rachel Kurt with 2 doubles on the night. She is on deck. Ellie trying to get out of this frame, keep it a 1-0 game. Pitch low and in, and a walk for Shelton. Josie Miller, the courtesy runner for Emily Brown, is at second. And now a courtesy runner for the pitcher at first base for the Go-Hawks. And that is Jaylee Reintz. Rachel Kurth will look at the first one high. 1 ball, no strikes. Kurth popped to short to start the second. 0 for 1. First and second, 2 down. As Kurth loops one towards left on a base hit. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Josie Miller. The throw there is cut off as the throw goes through. Moving up to second is Kurth. A RBI single with 2 outs for Kurth. Scores Josie Miller, and the Go Hawks get a crooked number on the board. They lead it 2-0. Reintz up to third on the play, and Kurth to second. And Ruschi will look for some more two-out magic for the Go Hawks. A change for a strike, 0-1. First earned run given up by Shilton tonight. Swing and a miss. It is no balls and 2 strikes now on Ruschi. 2-0 Go Hawks here in the third. They scored 5 of their 7 runs with 2 outs in game number 1 and a change-up pitcher. Definitely not what you wanted to do on 0-2 there. Ellie'd love to have that one back. And Kelsey Young will be the batter. Young struck out looking in the second. 0 for 1. Bases loaded, 2 down, and the pitch to Young is a strike on the inside edge. No balls, 1 strike. 2-0 Go Hawks. Young looking to add to the total. Ellie ready, 0-1. Pitch taken high. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. One. Swung on, popped up. Ellie Shilton out of the circle, makes a running grab, angling towards the first base line, and the side is out here in the third. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left. We go to the bottom half of the third inning. The Go Hawks lead the Vikings by a 2-0 margin. Bottom of the third, time to look at the next week's schedule for our broadcast on AM 1240 KDEC. The Decorah Vikings baseball team will travel to Owine tomorrow night to take on the Huskies. Our coverage will begin at 7:20 on AM 1240 KDEC and at KDECradio.net. Monday night we'll have a rain-out makeup, Decorah and Crestwood in softball at 7:15 on AM 1240 KDEC. Tuesday night, a doubleheader baseball softball. We'll do game 1 of the baseball doubleheader, Decorah and walk-on at 5:30. Pitch a strike to Maddie Eady to start things here in the third. No balls and 1 strike. Maddie was 2 for 3 with 2 RBI in game number 1. 0-1 delivery. Pitch at the knees and for a strike. It is 0-2. Jurlid and Hoyme to follow here in the third inning as that one hit towards left center field, a base hit. So DeMuth giving up a base hit on 0-2 to Eady. And now Eady will chug all the way to second base and get in there safely. Eady never hesitated. There was a slight bobble out in left center by Groen, and Eady will find herself at second with nobody out here in the third inning, and Peyton Jurlid will be the batter. Jurlid was 0 for 3 in game number 1, struck out once. First pitch taken high, 1 ball, no strikes. Continuing to explain next week, Monday night, a rain-out makeup here in Decorah, as Decorah will take on Crestwood in softball at 7:15. 1-0 taken low. It's 2 balls and no strikes to count. Then Tuesday night, baseball, softball doubleheader. Baseball game 1 against Walk-On, then softball against Southwind. 2-0, grounded towards third, picked up there by Matthias, throws to first for the out. Moving up to third on the throw across is Eady. 1 down and a runner at third, and the batter is Maria Hoyme. Hoyme beginning the second trip around the batting order, struck out swinging in the first inning, 0 for 1. DeMuth ready, and the first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. DeMuth ready, 0-1. Hoyme bunts right back to DeMuth. Looks the runner back at third, looks towards first. Now Edie tries to score, and she's able to do so. She slides awkwardly, and she is hurt right now. She is safe as Coach Terry Olson, assistant coach Miranda McKay, and Kelly Ruckert quickly out to look at Edie, who is face first on the plate right now. Decorah will get a run, and Maddie Edie is the main concern right now, as she is face first and being attended to by Kelly Ruckert, assistant coach Miranda McKay, and Terry Olson out at the plate. All the GoHawk players have surrounded themselves in the circle. Edie ended up scoring, and that's the least of the importance right now, as Maddie hasn't moved since falling down kind of awkwardly. She is now in a sitting position. They're working on the left lower leg right now. You mentioned Kelly Ruckert, the trainer, as well as Terry Olson and Miranda McKay still assessing the situation, and Maddie is going to get to her feet, and she will be helped off the field with the assistance of Terry Olson and Miranda McKay. And she is putting weight, although walking gingerly both ways as she walks to the dugout. Hopefully that just looked a heck of a lot more scary than it actually was. A 2-1 ball game now as we make the awkward transition back to softball. Cassie Hoyme struck out swinging her first time up. The pitch goes high. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Peyton Jurla down to throw in the Decorah bullpen. I do see Maddie's dad, Scott, leaving the dugout area as the pitch swung on and missed by Cassie. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 on, 1 out, 1 in here in the inning. A 2-1 lead for the GoHawks, and a 1-1 count on Cassie Hoyme. 1-1 delivery, bunted, third base side. Catch made by DeMuth, throws to first base. Back to the bag, diving is Hoyme. And there's 2 down here in the 3rd inning. And the batter will be Rebecca Alcock. Vikes have cut the lead in half on the bunt single by Maria Hoyme to score Maddie Edie. Alcock popped to short her first time up, and she'll swing and foul a rise ball back to the screen. No balls, 1 strike. The ball's 1 strike and the pitch. That one up for 1 ball, 1 strike to count. A 2-1 lead for the GoHawks here in the 3rd. 1-1 delivery, swung on a fly ball into left field. Underneath it is Grown. She will make the catch to retire the side. But the Vikes get 1 back, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We are 3 innings complete. It's Waverly Shellrock 2 and Decorah 1. But coming in for Decorah, and that will spark a series of defensive moves, including Jurlid from shortstop to pitcher. Shelton exits the game. Tess Olinger, the DP, comes in to play first base. And Cassie Hoyme moves from first base to catcher. Well, you notice Riley Hubka is now playing left field, and Maddie Edie injured on that dive at the plate. Hopefully she'll end up being all right, but Riley Hubke in as of this time for Decorah. Peyton Jurlett got her first varsity win last night in game number 2 of the doubleheader at Walk-On. Struck out 6, gave up 1 hit, 2 walks, and 1 run in her 5 innings. Jurlett 1-0, 9 innings overall, giving up only 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 6 walks, 11 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .054 against her. She has a 1.56 ERA. Top of the order up for Waverly Shellrock here in the 4th. Andrea Groen singled in the 1st and reached on an error in the 2nd. Go Hawks won game 1, 7-2. It's a 2-1 lead for the Go Hawks as we start the 4th inning. The pitch, a little bit low for 1 ball, no strikes. Peyton sometimes is going to be all over the place. We saw that last night over at Walk-On. But her real good stuff is real good. The 1-0. That one drops low for 2 balls, no strikes. She only walked 2, but she had a ton of 2 and 3 ball counts in the game. Two and 0 the count. Jurlett to the rubber. And she kicks and deals the 2-0. There's a strike, 2-1. Jurlett got the save in the last game last Saturday against Gladbrook Rhinebeck. Threw a little bit on Monday night down at Owine as well. Vanderkroll started and finished that game. Pitch in there for a strike again. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Andrea Groen. Vikes will have their tournament on Saturday. Play begins at 9 o'clock. Play will be held at both this diamond and the Luther diamond, so a busy day of softball. Come on out for that as pitch taken low. It's now 3 balls, 2 strikes. Allison Foster, Emily Brown to follow here in the 4th inning. A 2-1 lead for the Go Hawks. They're out hitting Decorah 5-2. Vikes out airing the Go Hawks 3-0. The pitch inside corner, strike 3 call. So after falling behind, Jurlett climbs the ladder back and gets the strikeout, 1 down here in the 4th inning. Allison Foster is 0 for 2. Fielder's choice run scored in the 1st, grounded to the pitcher in the 2nd as pitch taken high. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Overcast, cool night. Skies to the west not looking as dark as they were a little bit ago. 1 ball, no strikes, the count in the pitch. That one rolled in there. It is 2 balls, no strikes on Allison Foster. Jurlett ready. And the 2-0. That one sails high for 3 balls, no strikes. So Peyton throws hard. Sometimes she's all over the place, but she was able to climb back after falling behind against Groen in the initial at-bat of this inning. 3-0 delivery. There's a strike as she starts to climb back. And Foster was taking all the way. 3 balls, 1 strike count. The 3-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. It is now 3-2 on Allison Foster. Peyton ready, whirls in, delivers, and a riser goes high, so Foster draws a 1-out walk here in the 4th inning. 2 Viking errors score the 1st run for the Go Hawks in the 1st. RBI 2-out hit by Rachel Kurt scored the 2nd run in the 3rd. And a bunt single by Maria Hoyme on a safety squeeze play scored Maddie Eady in the 3rd inning for Decorah. Pitch taken outside by Emily Brown. 1 ball, no strikes. Brown reached on an error in the first inning and doubled and scored in the third inning. It was her at bat in which the error occurred in the first inning. So, Brown has been involved in both runs. Next pitch taken outside, so 2 balls, no strikes to count on Jurlett. A 2-1 lead for Waverly Shellrock as we play the top half of the fourth inning. 2-0, rising high again. 3 balls and no strikes. Jurlett ready, and the pitch taken high for ball 4. So Jurlett throwing a lot of pitches here in this inning, through 7 to Groen, through 7 to Foster, and already has thrown 4 to Emily Brown. So 18 pitches has put runners at first and second with 1 down in the fourth inning, and the batter is Allie Arns. Fielder's choice in the first, popped to short in the third. That one well wild back to the screen, so both runners going to move up 60 feet. Six straight out of the zone from Peyton Jurlett. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Some sprinkles, it appears, starting to fall here at Decorah. The pitch, fastball outside corner for a strike. It is 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Noticed some moisture out in the dugout roof to our left, and some umbrellas popping out in the crowd as well. 1-1. Looped towards second over the head of Hoyme and into right field for a base hit. Foster will score. Miller tries to score. Throw to the plate from Twait, not in time as the throw goes through. Arns moves up to second. It's a 4-1 lead for Waverly Shellrock. So Arns knocks in 2 with the single to right, as the 2 walks of Jurlett come back to haunt her. Arns now with 13 RBIs on the season. So a runner at second, 2 in, 1 down here in the fourth inning, and Callie Mathias will be the batter. Jurlett delivers, and the pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Mathias singled to left in the first inning and flew out to left in the third. Oh, 1. That one just missed the inside edge. It is 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Still only 1 out here in the fourth inning. Go Hawks looking for the sweep, looking to stay unbeaten in conference play. Pitch swung on and missed. Just some gas from Peyton that time. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rest of the schedule for the Go Hawks next Tuesday at Crestwood in a doubleheader, and then next Thursday they will host Owine. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Slow roller foul, third base side. So we'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. A run in the first, a run in the third, and 2 in the fourth for the Go Hawks. Vikes got their tally in the bottom half of the third inning. Decorah with only 3 conference games left after this. Hard to believe 2 weeks from tonight, the playoffs will begin. A changeup that rolls high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Decorah will be in Farley that night to take on Western Dubuque. 2-2. Low and in the dirt. Nice stop by Hoyme behind the plate, so it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Winner of that game will take on West Delaware at Manchester on July the 12th. 3-2. The pitch. Ground ball right back to Jurlid. And she will throw to first base and Olinger to retire Matthias, with Arns moving up to third on the play. She'll be there with 2 down. Runner at third, 2 in, 2 down, and Sarah DeMuth will try to help her own cause. Go Hawks have been very good at scoring the 2-out runs. They scored 5 of their 7 with 2 outs in the first game. The pitch, a strike to DeMuth. DeMuth fouled to third in the first and walked in the third. Those plate appearances against Ellie Shelton. This one against Peyton Jurlid, the 0-1 delivery. That one taken low for 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Jurlid ready, kicks and deals in the pitch, grounded foul on the third base side, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at third, 2 in, 2 down in the fourth. Jurlid ready, and the changeup sails high. For 2 balls, 2 strikes, and what is now the pitcher against pitcher matchup. 2-2 the count with 2 down. The 2-2 delivery rolls in there, gets by Hoyme. Down the line from third comes Arns. She will score the 3rd run of the inning, and the Go Hawks take a 5-1 lead. So Allie Arns scores on the wild pitch. A 3 spot here in the 4th inning for Decorah. Full count. Pitch coming to DeMuth. Here it is, popped up right side. Peyton Jurlid calling. Called off by the first baseman, Tess Olinger, and she will make the catch to retire the side. The Vikes score, or the Go Hawks rather, score 3 runs on only 1 hit. No errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Halfway home in game 2 of this doubleheader is Decorah trailing Waverly Shellrock 5-1. Cleanup hitter Jenna Iverson will start things in the 4th for Decorah, as the Vikes trail it by a 5-1 margin. Iverson grounded to short her first time up, and it's no balls and 1 strike count. 5-1 Waverly Shellrock. A 3 spot in the 4th inning extended the lead. That one sprayed towards third, and a nice grab made there by Matthias. And there is 1 down in the 4th inning. Good contact from Iverson, but a better play by Matthias for the first out here in the inning. And the batter will be Chelsea Twade, who doubled her first time up, one of only 2 hits Decorah has tonight. First pitch out of the zone, 1 ball, no strikes. The other one being the bunt single on the safety squeeze for Maria Hoyme. For Decorah's lone run, chopper towards short, fielded there by Rushia. Low throw, dug out nicely by Foster. And there's 2 down here in the 4th inning. 2 down. And Shelby Stahlberger will stand in. She struck out swinging in the 2nd. Shelby has struck out all 4 times she has been up in this doubleheader, and she'll look at a strike here, 0-1. DeMuth ready, 0-1. Pitch taken low, 1 ball, 1 strike. DeMuth has given up 3 hits. I might have said 2, but there's been actually 3 hits in this game. My mistake. Pitch swung on and missed. And it is 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5-1 the lead for Waverly Shellrock here in the 4th. The pitch Swinging a foul away as Stahlberger fouled off a pretty tough one there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. 1-2 delivery. Taken at the knees for strike 3. So for the second time in 4 frames, the Vikes go down in order. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the 5th. Go Hawks leading by a 5-1 margin. Go Hawks 5, Vikings 1 as we start the top half of the 5th inning. Rachel Kurt has 3 hits and 2 RBIs in the doubleheader here in Game 2. She popped to short in the 2nd and single to the left to knock in a run in the 3rd. First offering a riser high from Peyton Jurlett. Ellie Shelton went the first 3. Gave up 2 runs, 1 earned, walked 1, hit 1, and struck out 1. Jurlett greeted with 3 runs in that 2nd inning. And her 2 walks came back to haunt her. Those were 2 of the 3 runs that scored as the next pitch low. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Jurlett ready, 2-0, swinging a foul back. 2 balls, 1 strike. Go Hawks. Trying to stay unbeaten in conference play. The pitch rising high. 3 balls, 1 strike. They've had a good enough season that they've gotten the bye. In the regional first round, they will face the winner of Charles City and Webster City. In round number 2 in Waverly on July the 12th. That's the opposite side of the district that Decorah is in. 3-1 high for ball 4, so Peyton having a tough time finding the strike zone tonight. She has walked 3. Runner at first, nobody out. And the batter is Kayla Rushi, who singled to right in the 2nd, hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Go Hawks have had more opportunities to score. They have left 6 tonight as the riser high from Peyton. 1 ball, no strikes. Swinging a pop-up. Cassie Hoyme didn't locate it immediately, and it lands foul to the left of home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Kayla Rushi. Can't take some people anywhere. 1-1 the count. 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss. Peyton took a little something off that time and got Rushi out in front. And it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Notice Annika Vanderkroll warming up in the Decorah bullpen. The pitch goes low and it hit her. So control problems continue here for Peyton Jurlett. And now Decorah assistant coach Paige Evans will come out and have a conversation with Jurlett and Hoyme. Trying to settle down the freshman right-hander. She's pitching in just her 4th varsity game. Played a lot of shortstop last year as an 8th grader, but when you got the ball in that circle, it's a whole different animal. She's looked pretty good in her first 3 outings, but struggling a bit here tonight. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Kelsey Young, the batter. And she'll slap hit from the left-hand side this time. She's gone back and forth tonight as the first pitch goes high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Decorah in at first and second and third. Stahlberger playing back at second for the moment. Against the slap hitting this time, Young. Slap bunt attempt and a rise ball taken high. It's 2 balls, no strikes to count from Jurlett. "5-1 go Hawks here in the 5th, and they're looking to add more with first and second and nobody out. 2-0, taken at the knees for a strike on the outside edge. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Peyton toes the rubber in the 2-1, rise ball high, and it gets by Hoyme all the way back to the screen. Everything has been up, especially on the risers from Peyton to this point. And it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Granted, that's naturally where you want it, but you want it in a place that your catcher can actually catch it. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. The pitch well high for ball 4. So Peyton with 4 walks and a hit batter. Since coming in for Ellie Shelton, Vanderkroll is warm in the Decorah bullpen. Bases loaded and nobody out, and Groen swings at the first one, flies one towards right. Coming in is Chelsea Twait. She will make the catch. Bluffing a go at third is Kurt. And the ball back to the circle, so 1 down here in the 5th inning. Twayton made the catch just onto the infield, or just a step onto the outfield grass. And the batter will be Allison Foster, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. Pitch high, back to the screen. Down the line from third comes Kurt. She will score. Other runners move up. And it's a 6-1 ball game. Second run that Jurlett has given up via a wild pitch, the 1-0. High and tight. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Vanderkroll is ready to go. Should Decorah need her. That one rolled in there, hopped away from Hoyme momentarily, but not enough to warrant runner advancement. 3 balls and no strikes to count. Go Hawks leading 6-1 here in the 5th inning. Jurlett ready, 3-1. Outside for ball 4. So now 5 walks and 11 batters faced for Jurlett. She's also hit a batter. She's only given up 1 hit. That's what's frustrating about this. Most of the damage Decorah is doing to themselves as pitch goes low. 1 ball, no strikes for the course of the 5-game winning streak. Decorah has done a better job of doing the old fielding ground balls well, throwing strikes and not striking out in key opportunities, but the things that have been important in those victories just haven't happened tonight. Yes, it's a better opponent. There's no doubt about it. And give Waverly their due for getting it done in key situations. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of the damage is self-inflicted here. Ground ball towards third. Iverson will pick it up. Double clutch throw to the plate and get the lead runner. Ruschi forced at the plate from Iverson to Cassie for 5-2. They'll move Young to third and Foster to second. They will be at those respective spots with 2 down. Josie Miller will courtesy run for Brown at first base. And Arns will bat with the bases loaded and 2 down in the 5th inning of a 6-1 Waverly Showrock lead. Arns reached on a fielder's choice in the first, popped to short in the 3rd, and knocked in 2 with the single to right, scored herself in the 4th inning. She'll look at a strike, 0-1. Vikings have had their struggles over the years against Waverly Shellrock. 0-1 pitch taken high. 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't recommend swallowing a gnat. They don't taste very good. I can just tell that from what I just did. Pitch outside corner for a strike. It's now 1-2 on Allie Arns. Sometimes when a team has had your number for this long, and sometimes it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you got to be mentally tough to get over that. 1-2, riser swung on and missed, and the side is out here in the 5th inning. 1 run on 0 hits. No errors and 3 runners left on base. The Go Hawks have left 9 through 5. At the end of 4 1/2, it is Decorah trailing Waverly Shellrock 6-1. Vikes have struggled with the sticks tonight against a couple of good Waverly Shellrock pitchers. Tess Olinger has been one that has 2 hits in the doubleheader. She'll look at the first one inside from Sarah DeMuth. 1 ball, no strikes. DeMuth has set down 5 in a row since the Hoyme bunt single to score Decorah's lone run in the 3rd inning as Olinger looks at a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tess popped a short in the 2nd inning. She was 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored in the first game. Swinging a foul right side and out of play. No 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vikes struck out 14 times in game number 1. That totaled down to 4 here in game number 2. And the pitch a little low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll have 3 more softball games next week on the air. Decorah Cresco at Monday night. And they'll all be at home. Pitch swinging a foul back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In fact, the rest of the regular season for Decorah all going to be at home. They'll play 3 games Saturday. Might not be on this diamond, but they'll play 3 games Saturday. As the pitch to Olinger goes low, it is now 3 balls, 2 strikes. And then Monday night, Cresco. Tuesday night, Southwind. Wednesday night, MFL Marmac. And Thursday night, Charles City. 3-2 delivery, swinging a foul at the plate, so we'll do it again at 3-2. So the next Decorah road trip will be 2 weeks from tonight when they head to Farley to take on Western Dubuque in the first round of the 4A regionals. The pitch at the knees and actually a little bit low for ball 4. So Tess Olinger has reached base 3 times tonight. And batting for the first time will be Riley Hubka. Hubka came in after Maddie Edie injured herself, sliding home on the suicide squeeze in the 1st inning, or in the 3rd inning. As the pitch goes low, 1 ball, no strikes. Riley was 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles over at walk-on last night. On the season, she is 6 for 28, calculating out to 214, a couple of doubles, and 3 RBIs. Pitch swung on and missed. It is 1 ball, 1 strike on Hubka. Demuth ready in the 1-1. Swing and a miss. It is 1-2. He's sitting on the bench with ice on the ankle over in the 3rd base Decorah dugout. 1-2 to Riley. Swing and a pop-up shallow center. Still on the infield, the shortstop Rushi will make the catch for the first out here in the 5th inning. So a runner at first and 1 down for Peyton Jurlett. Jurlett grounded to 3rd in the 3rd, 0 for 1. She's 0 for 4 in the doubleheader. The pitch bunted back to the screen and foul. Brown got rid of the mask, lunged back, but couldn't corral it. It's no balls and 1 strike. Olinger reached on the leadoff walk. She's still at first and out later. 0-1. Swing and a foul. As Jurlid made contact with that one on the first or the final step of her slap attempt. And it is no balls, 2 strikes. 6-1 Waverly Shell Rock here in the 5th. The pitch goes low. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Peyton Jurlid. 1-2. Swing and a miss. On an off-speed pitch on the outside edge. And Jurlid down on strikes. That's the 5th strikeout for Sarah DeMuth. 2 down, runner at first. Maria Hoyme, the batter, struck out looking in the first. Got an infield hit. A bunt single to score a run in the 3rd. Pitch, a strike, 0-1. Winger got the leadoff walk. Vikes have yet to advance her. The pitch goes low. It is 1 ball, 1 strike count. Of course, playing the short game, not exactly a possibility when you only got 7 outs to play. Pitch goes low. 2 balls, 1 strike on Maria Hoyme. Decorah with only 3 hits against Demuth. Demuth has only walked 1. That was Olinger. As the pitch goes outside, it's now 3-1 on Hoyme. Vikings were able to score half their runs against Waukon last night with 2 outs. Hoyme trying to start a rally here in the 5th. The 3-1 delivery. Foul ball right side over our heads on the first base side. Not a play. So now we're full and Olinger will be moving. Come out from under the table, Carly. I'll protect you. 3-2. Swinging a foul back. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Accuracy compels me to report I was the one ducking. Carly was the one protecting me. We can call her veteran public address announcer Carly Marlowe now. 3-2, and here's a foul ball right side and lands in front of the dugout on the first base side. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Three and 2 with 2 down. 6-1 go Hawks here in the 5th. The pitch outside corner, strike 3 call. A leadoff walk, but nothing else. We head to the 6th inning. It is Decorah trailing Waverly Shell Rock by a 6-1 margin. Waverly Shell Rock a single tally in the 1st, 3rd, and 5th. A 3-run tally in the 4th inning. They lead it by a 6-1 margin. As Callie Mathias starts things here in the 6th inning. 3rd inning of relief for Peyton Jurlid. She throws low to her. 1 ball, no strikes. Mathias, a single to left in the 1st, flew out to left in the 3rd, and grounded to the pitcher in the 4th inning. Jurlid struggled control-wise. The 1-0 delivery is a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes. Five walks, 1 hit batter, only 1 hit given up by Peyton. She struck out 2. Next pitch high and tight, and it got her. Mathias grazed with that one on the left side. So another leadoff runner on for the Go Hawks. They have gotten the leadoff runner on now in 4 of their 6 innings offensively. Mathias at first, nobody out. Sarah DeMuth, the batter. 0 for 2 with a walk. Pitch a strike, 0-1. DeMuth fouled to 3rd in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, and popped to 1st in the 4th. 0-1 delivery. Check swing. Did they go? Yep. So it's no balls, 2 strikes on DeMuth. Peyton ready. 0-2 delivery. Ground ball towards 3rd, and it's wide of 3rd and foul. So the count remains no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2. High and tight for 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vikes got their lone run in the third inning. Go Hawks have tallies in every frame except the second. They won game 1 by a 7-2 margin. The pitch taken high for 2 balls, 2 strikes now. A 6-1 lead for Waverly Shellrock. We play the top of the 6th inning. What has become a little bit of a chilly night here in Decorah. The pitch grounded up the middle. Fielded at short by Stahlberger. Tahoimi at second for 1. Throw to first in time. Or not. DeMuth did reach, I guess, at first base. And a 6-4 put out. At first base, a little bit of a confusing situation there. Wasn't the clearest call out at second base by base umpire Jim Peterson, but he reiterated that she was safe. And Rachel Kurt will be the batter. And getting DeMuse's courtesy at first base will be J.C. Jaylee Reintz. Kurt popped to short in the second inning. RBI single to left in the third, walked and scored in the fifth. 1-0 the count on Kurt. The 1-0 delivery is taken at the knees, and for a strike, it is 1 ball, 1 strike. A 6-1 lead for the Go Hawks here in the top of the 6th inning. Go Hawks looking to stay unbeaten in Northeast Iowa Conference play. They've only lost 4 times all season. Pitch ground ball towards third and foul. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Waverly Shellrock's lone losses on the season are to North Scott, Durant Bennett, Ames, and Waterloo West. 1-2 delivery. Riser high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, North Scott, coached by old Decorah guy, Dennis Johnson. Hall of Fame softball coach down there. A great job for a number of years. The 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Jurlid gets a strikeout. So 2 down and a runner at first. And the batter will be Kayla Rushi. 6-1 Go Hawks, top half the 6th inning. Rushi singled to right in the second, hit by a pitch in the third, hit by a pitch again in the fifth, and looks at that one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Jurlid in her 3rd inning of relief. And has struggled to find the strike zone here tonight. Pitch outside. Snap throw to first base, and back to the bag diving is the runner, Reintz. Two 2-0 the count, and the pitch hitter. Rushi just a softball magnet tonight. 3 hit by pitches in game number 2. And Jurlid has hit 4 batters in her time in the game. Kelsey Young will bat, runners at first and second with 2 down. Pitch goes high to her, 1 ball, no strikes. Young struck out looking in the second inning, popped to the pitcher in the third, and walked in the fifth. The walk was her lone at bat against Jurlid. 1-0 and the pitch rolled in there low. Runners move up. Throw to third base, not in time to get Reintz as Stahlberger took the throw. It got away from Cassie momentarily and moving up to third on the play. Here's Reintz. Good job of taking the extra base when she could there. 2-0 the count with 2 down. The pitch low and outside for 3 balls, no strikes. A 6-1 lead for Waverly Shellrock here in the 6th. 3-0 from Jurlett. Going outside for ball 4. It gets by the catcher. Reince coming to the plate. Return throw from Hoyme to Jurlett, not in time. Runner goes to second. Shees gets in there. Coming down the line from third and scoring is Rushi as the throw went to second base. And on that play, Waverly Shellrock's going to score 2. It was ball 4 to Young. The ball got away. Reince able to score down the line. Young never stops, and second base was open. She went to second. Hoyme threw to second and wasn't in time. As Hoyme threw to second base, the runner Rushi went down the line from third. Next pitch inside to Andrea Groen, and it gets away from Hoyme, or went from third to home. And the Go Hawks able to score 2 runs just by some aggressive base running, causing the defense to make a few decisions that they frankly weren't too comfortable making. 8-1 the score. Groen swings and flies one into right center field. After it is Chelsea Twait. She will make the catch to retire the side. Another 2-run inning on 0 hits. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It is a 8-1 lead for Waverly Shellrock. Vikes trail 8-1 as Cassie Hoyme starts things here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hoyme looks at the first one low and outside from Demuth. 1 ball, no strikes. Demuth has given up 3 hits through 5. 1 run, has walked 1, and has struck out 7. Hoyme grounds one to the right side, picked up there by Arns. Quick toss over to first base, and she gets Hoyme by a step. 1 down here in the 6th inning. So Demuth, just like Rodink, pitching as well as their statistics proved coming in. Rodink and Demuth are the only 2 pitchers the Go Hawks have used. And here's a smacker into right center field and a base hit for Becca Alcock, who's now 1 for 3 on the night. She gets a single here in the 6th inning. Demuth coming in with a 1.14 ERA. Rodink coming in with a .52 ERA. Opponent's batting average against Rodink 148 and Demuth 125. That's pretty tough 1-2 right there as Iverson swings and misses. No balls, 1 strike. Iverson grounded to short in the 2nd, lined out to 3rd in the 4th. Pitch taken up. It is 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Jenna Iverson. An 8-1 lead for Waverly Shellrock in the 6th inning. The 1-1 delivery high and tight for 2 balls and 1 strike to count. When you got 2 pitchers like that, no wonder you're 20-4. 2-1, sprayed down the left field line, but foul. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 with 1 down. Demuth ready in the pitch, swung on and missed. 8 strikeouts for Demuth. And there's 2 down here in the 6th inning. And the batter will be Chelsea Twait. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Darren Swenson from the Decorah softball diamond tonight as pitch goes high to Chelsea Twait. 1 ball, no strikes. Twait with a double in the 2nd, grounded to short in the 4th, 1 for 2. 1-0 outside for 2 balls, no strikes to count. Alcock, the runner at first with 2 down. The pitch swung out and missed. It is 2 balls, 1 strike. Two 2-1. Swing and a miss. It is 2-2. Deuce is wild on the Decorah right fielder, swinging a foul back. So we'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Decorah trailing 8-1. They lost game 1 by a 7-2 margin. Go Hawks still undefeated in Northeast Iowa Conference play. The 2-2 delivery. Fly ball right center field. Out is the second baseman Arns. A step under the outfield grass will make the catch to retire the side. 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the 7th. It is Waverly Shellrock with a lead of 8-1. 7th inning we go. The Go Hawks looking for a Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader sweep tonight. An 8-1 lead. And batting here for Allison Foster will be a pinch hitter. Will be Jaylee Reintz, a freshman for the Go Hawks. Jaylee Reintz, who has appeared as a courtesy runner in this game, will bat for Foster here in the 7th inning. And she'll look at the first one outside from Druid. 1 ball, no strikes. Payton has only given up 1 hit, but she's given up 6 runs, and 5 of them have been earned. Control, something she's struggled with tonight. She'll get better based on this experience as the pitch goes high. It is one ball and 1 strike now as the pitch was swung on and missed. Pitch taken low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Emily Brown and Allie Arns to follow as the Go Hawks look to add on to their 8-1 lead. Pitch outside again from Jurlett. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Jurlett ready, and the 3-1. High for ball 4. So that's the 3rd free pass that this spot in the order has been given by Jurlett. 7 walks and 4 hit batters for Jurlett tonight. The batter will be Josie Miller. And she's been a courtesy runner today as the pitch taken for a strike as she squared to bunt and took it outside corner for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Reintz went back to the bag as Hoyme snuck behind the bag and tried to pick her off first base, and the tag kind of got her across the face. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1. Looped up the middle, backhand stop made by Hoyme. She bobbled a bit at second base, and Reintz is going to be safe there. Hoyme was running up the middle, tried to backhand it, was able to knock it down, but never corralled the ball prior to Reintz getting to the plate. Or to the bag, I should say. It's 1st and 2nd with nobody out in the 7th inning as the pitch goes high. 1 ball, no strikes to Allie Arns. Fielder's choice in the 1st, popped to short in the 3rd. A 2-run single and a run scored in the 4th and struck out swinging in the 5th. Go Hawks up 8-1 as we play the top half of the 7th inning. They won game 1 of the doubleheader 7-2. That one rolled in there. Hoyme with a nice stop. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch, swing, and a miss. It is 2 balls and 1 strike to count now. Druid gets the softball back. Readjusts her protective mask. Puts it back on. Steps to the rubber. And the 2-1 delivery. Check swing. Did she go? Yes. I guess I really didn't say, so actually it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. So she must have went. Wasn't a very clear call out at second base, but Jamie Rodenberg says it's 2-2. That one rolled in there on 2-2 and back to the screen. And a wild pitch will send Reince to third and Miller to second. Now a full count on the pinch hitter here. This is Cassie Rodink, who was the winning pitcher in game number 1. Second and third with nobody out here in the 7th inning of an 8-1 lead. The pitch a little bit low for ball 4. So the base is loaded, nobody out, and the batter will be Callie Mathias. Mathias, 1 for 3, hit by a pitch as well. The pitch low and in from Jurlet is 1 ball, no strikes. Change up for a strike. They throw behind the runner at second base, and back to the bag diving is Miller. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. One. Some heat and trying to hold up is Mathias, but she couldn't check her swing. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Go Hawks up by an 8-1 margin. Trying to sweep this doubleheader here tonight. The pitch inside corner taken for strike 3. So Jurlet gets the strikeout. That's her 3rd of the night. And the batter will be Sarah DeMuth, who's been the pitcher. Ground ball towards third. Iverson will tag the runner out, and she'll tag the bag, and that should be a double play. And it's a confusing situation. Neither umpire is going to know what's going on here because there was a ground ball towards third. Iverson fielded it diving, tagged the runner at third, and tagged the bag at third for an unassisted double play. Well, there's something you don't see every day. Fielder's choice as Rentz was retired on the tag by Iverson, and Miller was retired on the force out. So 1 error and 2 runners left, and the Go Hawks will look to close it out next. They lead it by an 8-1 margin. Shelby Stahlberger looks at the first one out of the zone from DeMuth. And the next pitch goes high. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Stahlberger's had a tough night tonight. She struck out all 5 times she's been up. Swinging here in the 2nd and looking in the 4th inning here in game 2. Vikes trail at 8-1. 1 hopper right back to DeMuth. An underhand toss over to first base to retire Stahlberger, and 1 down here in the 7th inning. Go Hawks won game 1 7-2. And here in game 2, they scored 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd. Had 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 2 in the 6th inning. 2nd and the 7th, the only innings that they've had goose eggs. As Tess Olinger looks at a strike, 0-1. Vikes their only run on a Maria Hoyme bunt single in the 3rd. Next pitch taken low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Olinger. She popped to short in the 2nd and walked in the 5th. DeMuth, very good night. 1-1, chopper towards short, playing the long hop as Rushi throws on to first base. Olinger beats it out. Good hustle job by number 4 there. As Olinger gets an infield hit, just the 5th hit given up by Sarah DeMuth. The batter will be Riley Hubka, batting for the second time tonight since replacing the injured Maddie Eady. First ball swinging. She goes towards short. Rushi makes the play, throws on to first base. Back to the bag, diving is Tess Olinger. Rushi made a lunging grab directly behind the pitching circle, and she threw on to first base to attempt to retire Olinger. But Tess got back to the bag diving. There's 2 down here in the 7th inning. An 8-1 lead for the Go Hawks. And the batter is Jurlid, and she'll look at a strike, 0-1. She grounded to third in the third, struck out swinging in the 5th. Go Hawks up 8-1 here in the 7th inning. The pitch swung on and missed as Peyton is now trailing in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2. Riser high to the slapper, Peyton Jurlid. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jurlid made the final out of game number 1, trying not to repeat that here tonight in game number 2. 1-2 delivery. Chopper towards short. Rushi makes the play on to first base, and the Go Hawks stay unbeaten in Northeast Iowa Conference play with a doubleheader sweep of the Vikings tonight. Totals here in game number 2. 8 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and 12 left for the Go Hawks. 1 run, 5 hits, 4 errors, and 4 left for Decorah. The winning pitcher is Sarah Demuse. She is now 11-1 on the season. The losing pitcher, Ellie Shelton for Decorah. Shelton's record on the season now drops to 3-6. So, with the wins, the Go Hawks now 14-0 in conference play and 21-4 overall. Decorah drops to 9-15 overall and 5-10 in conference play. Many people to thank for making the broadcast possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So, as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you, that's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. If not, the outcome, Go Hawks sweep tonight, 7-2 and 8-1. We'll have baseball in the air tomorrow night as Decorah will take on Owine. Our coverage will begin at 7:15 tomorrow night. We'll have more softball on the air on Monday night as Decorah will take on Cresco here at home. Our coverage will begin at about 7:15 for that one. That is a rainout makeup. So for our entire KDEC sports team, for the moral support of Carly Marlowe, I'm Darren Swenson saying so long from the Vikings softball diamond. The Vikings get swept by the Go Hawks tonight, 7-2 and 8-1. Thanks much for tuning in. We'll talk to you again tomorrow night.